An unexpected meeting of minds in Jerusalem. Israeli urban planner Yisrael Kimchi of the Jerusalem Institute for Israel Studies engages Palestinian entrepreneur Naim Awisat. Kimchi has compiled a report for the Institute on how to develop the eastern part of the city and improve living conditions there. The report was supported by the Richard and Rhoda Goldman Foundation. The recommendations, for the first time, give decision makers a comprehensive basis for political, economic and physical planning, a platform from which to address the difficulties faced in one of the world's most sensitive areas. Years of neglect, the urgent need for change are at the heart of the report.
We have a golden opportunity here, but we need a partnership, hand in hand, so that things can be as they should really be. It could be good for all of us, Jews, Arabs, for everyone. Nobody loses here.
It's certainly the right direction, says Yisrael Kimchi. Inshallah, God willing, we'll do it. What are the prospects for the report, we ask Yisrael Kimchi. It all depends, he says, on whether there is a real change in direction and a brave decision to invest what's needed here. A decision has to be made. Either this is part of Jerusalem or it isn't. But you can't declare that it is, and you don't do what you have to do. It's either or, he says. This is the area of East Jerusalem the report deals with. Known as the Holy Basin, it includes the sites within the walled old city, holy to the three great monotheistic religions. It stretches from Mount Scopus to the north, through to the Kidron Valley, and then winds southeastwards to the Judean desert.
This is, of course, part of the United Jerusalem. This part is one of the poorest in Jerusalem, and the government of Israel is responsible. If there is not sewage in this area, if there is no good roads, of course, if we are speaking from political point of view, there is a contradiction. Israel claimed that this is part of Jerusalem. They want it within the sovereignty of Israel, while the Palestinians, of course, claim it as East Jerusalem, part of their capital. If this is us, belong to us, we have to supply everything which is needed in this area. Unfortunately, it was quite neglected during the last 40 years, and there is a lot to do. This area is important to the whole world. It is important, first of all, to the people who reside here. Most of them Palestinians, Arab. What we have studied in our study is really the daily life. What are the problems of the people who reside here? What their needs? And it was a direct policy of all the governments of Israel to strengthening the hold in the area of Jerusalem. So there was maybe not enough economic means to help East Jerusalem. Now it's a time.
Mohammed Nakal was on the research team for the report. He's from East Jerusalem himself.
We are talking about 250,000. It's a big number of people, and they are 1/3 of Jerusalem.
For nearly 20 years, this part of the city had no proper public transportation, until a couple of years ago, when Awisat and other East Jerusalem businessmen won the approval of the Israeli Ministry of Transport to operate bus lines. Now the old city is linked to the southern part of the Holy Basin by 17 buses and minibuses on Awisat's number 5 and 5A lines.
Our service, our buses can compete with the Egged company. But Egged buses enjoy something we don't. They run on proper roads, have covered bus stops to protect against the rain and the sun, sidewalks. You can see the roads are rough. Every other day I have to send the buses for repair, not for regular service, but because they've been damaged by the bad roads. Today we young guys have a different outlook. We see things differently. We've lived with Jews and worked with them. Today, people are fed up with the nonsense of the past. It's got nothing to do with whether this is occupation or it isn't. That's old hat. The kind of attitude that gave us nothing left us in limbo. But now I hope we can achieve things along with good people who have a good heart and good intentions.
Can the promise of the report be fulfilled?
There is a very strong connection between daily life, economic situation of the population, and the political solutions. And this is what the report is about. Handle the area with care. The landscape is a biblical landscape, and this can be really the cradle of humanity, a laboratory for peace. The more we postpone the issue of sovereignty, to leave the sovereignty to God in this area and to postpone it and simply try to develop it. When the development will take place and people will be satisfied from the daily life, the other political solutions will become more easy.